I'm Sam Smyth, and this is Oliver with me. We're getting ready to road test a 2012 Silver Ghost. Car came in, we diagnosed the problem. The front struts had been collapsed and have been for quite some time. We looked the car over, did a maintenance inspection on it. So we've gone ahead and done the front struts. Now we're going to go for a road test, make sure everything's going to stay sitting correctly and working correctly. We also want to feel, even though this car is a very low mileage car, we want to see how the rear air struts are going to work. We replaced the front, so we want to make sure they're not overcompensating. So here we go. Service dues the next 1,800 miles. Ready? Okay. This car has 7,902. Oh no, I'm sorry. 26,583 miles. Thinking about some of the new Bentleys that just came in. We actually just had one that just came in. We did the first wheel service on it. So, we're Sam Smyth Imported Car Service, located in Cincinnati, Ohio. Our company's been established out of Ireland since 1934. Our specialty's been Rolls-Royce and Bentley. So we do the vintage classic full restorations for sports cars of all types. French, German, Spain, British, Italian. You name it. If I missed anybody, not to offend anybody. So now we're going to run this car down the road and make sure everything's fine. It's sitting up proper in the front. It's not too high. It's not too low. Now versus the Spurs, you'll have more of the Flying Lady will be, even though this hood swoops down, Flying Lady's up. The car prior to these cars, the Flying Lady would be tilted down, and the nose of the car would be tilted down. This car's actually built with the nose, the metal rolling down. Where the other cars, the hoods are flat and more square. So this is a much more aerodynamic car for it to stay, obviously, to keep up. You get about 324 miles to a fill up on one of these. Usually, depending on gas, spend as much as, I think, $80 with the premium gas, whatever you like to prefer. In regards to the owner's manual book. So, here we go. There's a manhole cover, there's a manhole cover. Okay. Now it's all doing well. Alright. This so far is acting exactly the way it should. Feel a little bit in my back and back seat. There's a little bit of what I feel is like a rollover, like the front shocks are working a little bit harder. Struts are working a little bit harder. Basically, it's the compressor with lines, with lever control valves that are constantly working and adjusting to keep this car standing height correct, level at all times. So when you take a turn, the whole idea is the cup of water to stay completely balanced within the glass. Should you have a cup sitting here velcroed and then a black line around it, that's how they teach chauffeurs how to drive, so no passengers get thrown around in these Rolls-Royces or Bentleys. So the water can't go over the black line. If it does, you fail. That's a real old school trick. So right now it's doing real well. We're staying back from other cars a good 1, 2, 3, 4 distance. I don't know if there's any really true safe distance from, trying to stay away from repelling rocks from other cars, but we do our best. This road's a little bit more open. We have some better scenery in Cincinnati here for road testing with turns, but right now this is the time when deer are out. So we're going to take a wide open space, be a lot safer than to call and have you explain why the car needs a fender because there's so much deer and wildlife around here. So this is a 2012 Ghost. Very smooth acceleration, very stable. I don't feel quite as much dipping. It does always take a moment or two for the air to travel and the little lever arms to kick in and work. What we'll do here is we'll do a highway turn, but instead of going on the highway, we'll throw the car hard one way or the other to see if we can get either a failure in one way or a problem here on the U-turn. Oh, nice and level. Nice and level. Never dipped. Perfect. We'll go harder on acceleration a little bit, not too much. It's a luxury car, not a Ferrari or a Aventador. Nope. Beautiful. So far, this Ghost is doing real well. We specialize in Rolls-Royce, like I said, and Bentley Motorcars. So please come see us. Airbag and suspension work and height control valves and suspension with the brakes on either the hydraulic or the air cars. These are one of our main specialties. So for safety purposes, a lot of these films that are out there aren't quite safe and they're not complete. So I wouldn't go by that. If I were you, I would either come to us and ship the car in, or have us pick it up, or allow a Rolls-Royce dealer to fix your car. That way you know it's going to be fixed properly and correctly the first time. Some of these videos I look at, and starting even from the very beginning, have all false, incorrect information. So I don't want to mention any names or get down on that too much, but there's a lot of things left out. So for the do-it-yourselfer, this would not be the car to do it. It's not a Mercedes, it's not a BMW. These are all hand-built, and you really, really have to know your business or you get yourself into some trouble. And trouble meaning, one, not getting the car completed on time or correctly, and two, causing any physical damage to the car or buying unforeseen additional parts, whether it needs it or not, because of you not having the expertise in doing the job. So this particular car right now is behaving good. Let's see, there's a little bit of bumps. Seems to be a little bit more stable now. When first, there's a little bit of, no, there's the wobble on that turn, a little bit of wobble. It kind of bobbers back and forth like a bobber when it's in the water with the fish. You can feel that going down a little bit in your back, because the front seems like it's overcompensating for the rear right now, but yet it's smooth, very smooth, completely, unbelievably smooth. But it can't do everything, so I would recommend to the owner of this car immediately have airbags for the rear so he doesn't strand himself. This car came as far as Montana for us to service it. It's out of town plates. We get cars from Montana, California, Cincinnati, all over the United States, West Palm Beach, Naples. I could go on. And the older cars, we get those. But a lot of cars are left at people's houses, and then we come and retrieve them, pick them up, or they'll bring them in. Than to have them sitting on a lot. Some people, they don't mind. It's just, go ahead, let's put it on the lot. So we're going to bring it in, put it on a flat surface. Here's the business. It's 8773 Remington Road here in Cincinnati, Ohio, 45242. You can see the wide variety of motor cars we work on. So with that being said, we're going to let you go. We're going to put this car in on level surface, and then we're going to let it see and make sure everything works correctly with the airbags and that there's no further leaks. And then after a few days, we'll call the owner and have him come pick it up. All the best. Cheers.